Hello traders, welcome back to my channel. My name is PureHEART Maingate. Today I'm going to teach you the food fantastic 5 setup called Quasimodo continuation, QMC. In my last video, I talked about Quasimodo reversal, QM arrow. So today I'm going to be talking about Quasimodo continuation, right? So QMC is a trend continuation setup after a reversal occurred. Mostly, it is after a QM arrow has occurred. QMC is require the higher high or the lower low to be the second drive of the confluence trend line, which we entering at the third drive, which is the right shoulder. The best to entering a QMC is after the occurrence of a reversal, which is still fresh. So without much ado, guys, let's look at the QMC formula. All right, so right on the chart, let me zoom it again. Right on the chart, this is QMC cell formula. So let's look at the criteria. We said that, I said that QMC is a trend continuation setup. This setup happened after the trend reversal, right? After the market has changed from an uptrend to a downtrend, right? So this is the QMC cell formula here. We have the high, the low, the higher high, and the lower low. So we want the head of this QMC to be at the second drive of the trend line, right? You know the concept of trend line. We have the first touch, the second touch, and the third touch of the trend line, right? So here in QMC concept, we want the head of the QMC to be at the second drive of the trend line. And you know, when the market, the QMC is coming, the price is coming back to form the right shoulder of the QMC. This is happening at the third drive of the trend line where we expect to sell. And where the price is happening at the third drive is also aligned with what? The right shoulder, the left shoulder of the QMC. This is QMC cell formula criteria. Let's look at it. We say price has to follow the confluence to entry point, right? Price has to follow this confluence to react from the third touch of the trend line, also align with the left shoulder of the QMC. So now the second drive has to be the higher high. The head of the QMC has to be the second drive of the trend line, has to be at the second drive of the trend line. Entering at the third drive, same with the entry point, just like I've explained. When this happens, we expect price to come back to form the right shoulder, and this right shoulder is going to happen at the third touch of the trend line, also aligned with the left shoulder of the QMC, guys. So let's look at the QMC by formula. So here again, we have the low, we have the high, we have the lower low, and we have the higher high. So we expect price to come back to this to form the right shoulder at the third touch of the trend line. So the bottom of this QMC has to be at what? At the second drive of the trend line. This is the first drive, the second drive, and what? The third drive. So the third drive of this trend line, we expect price to come here to form the right shoulder of the QM, also within or align with the left shoulder of the QM where we expect to buy, guys. So we also, like all our setup, we use confirmation, right? I have taught you a scenario C1 on this channel. I have taught you a scenario C2. I have taught you QM arrow. All the setup, we look for confirmation at the higher time frame, which means if this setup happened on H1 time frame, we are going to look for confirmation from H4 and above for our confirmation. Confirmation is all like giving us confidence, guys. So these are the criteria, or this is the criteria to identify a Quasimodo continuation QMC. This QMC, guys, I know as a beginner trader is going to be very hard for you. It's going to be very confusing, right? So I know it's not going to be easy, but I will advise that you watch the video again and again and again for you to understand the concept of Quasimodo continuation. Also, you need to understand the concept of Quasimodo reversal, because this setup happened after a trend reversal, maybe after a QM arrow has occurred, when the market has changed from a downtrend to an uptrend. That is when we spot a Quasimodo continuation. It supports that the trend is likely to continue going up bullish or to continue going down bearish, as the case may be. So you have to, when you understand the concept of a Quasimodo reversal, you'll be able to also understand the concept of a Quasimodo continuation. So guys, this thing is not easy. Like sometimes most of this concept I teach on my channel, they sound so simple. You know, you look like, oh, this thing looks so simple. You know, Forex is not theory. Forex is practical. So you have to go back to your drawing board. You have to, you know, sit down, watch this video again and again and try to figure out this setup right on the chart, because all the setup, guys, I can't come here on this channel and be fooling you guys. This setup happens. They happen every time. They happen every week. So when you familiarize yourself with this setup, when they present itself on the chart, you'll be able to capitalize on them, guys. So now, having explained the criteria of a Quasimodo continuation, I want to walk you on the chart. Let's look at the chart example and be able to, so that we can spot already played out Quasimodo continuation for you guys to see how the concept works, so that when you practice, you go back to the chart, look at them as well, so that you'll be able to, you know, familiarize yourself, get used to them. When they happen on the chart, you know what to do. So let's go to Go USD. Yes, I trade Go USD. So let's go to Go USD. So let's go to H4 time frame. So let's clear everything on the chart. So I'm going to show you guys, these things are simple, so simple to spot on the chart. So let me zoom again. Yeah. So if you look at gold H4 time frame here, this is a past market, guys. I'm just trying to make you understand the concept of Quasimodo continuation. We say it is a trend continuation setup. It supports the trend continuation. Quasimodo continuation is one of the favorite setup among the Fantasy 5. When this setup present on the chart, guys, we have 90% confidence of taking that trade without fear or favor, right? So now let me explain the concept to you. Let me pick my pen. This is the market was actually in a downtrend like this, giving us characteristics of what? Characteristics of an uptrend. I mean, characteristics of a downtrend, series of lower high, lower low, right? So until what? Until the proceeding structure breaks. This is the proceeding structure that breaks. The market break this structure here. So it is at this point when a proceeding structure is break, a QM is created, right? Let me explain. I'm trying to tell you how to spot a Quasimodo reversal, because I told you that Quasimodo continuation happened after a reversal, a Quasimodo reversal has occurred. Most time it happened after a trend reversal has occurred. Sometimes the market use different setup to reverse the market. So when a QMC is created on the chart, it creates after a trend reversal, or most of the time after a QM arrow has occurred. So right on this particular example here, there was a QM arrow that signifies that the trend has changed from a downtrend to what? To an uptrend. So that is why I'm trying to explain the concept before teaching you how to spot Quasimodo continuation. So let me clear the chart. So if you want to understand, you want to spot your Quasimodo reversal, first of all, you go to line chart. When you go to line chart, you have to identify this is a low, this is a high, this is a lower low, and higher high. So you mark your line at the left shoulder, right? When you mark your line at the left shoulder, you go back to the candlestick chart. When you go back to candlestick chart, you pick your rectangular box, you mark it like this. So this is where we expect, this is the low, the high, the lower low, the higher high. So we expect price to come back here to react from the left shoulder of the QM arrow. So this is a QM arrow. QM arrow has tell us that the market has changed from a downtrend to what? To an uptrend. So now, where can we find a Quasimodo continuation on this chart? Guys, let's delete this one. I'm seeing a Quasimodo continuation here. So this is a Quasimodo continuation where the market, let me pick my tool again. The market has already given us a sign that is going up. It has already started as what? As an uptrend. So this is where we spot a QMC. This is a QMC. Let me clear this chart. This is a QMC here. This is what? This is the low. This is the high. This is the higher high. So let me just clear this chart, guys. So let's change to the line chart. Change to the line chart. This is the what? The low, the high, the lower low, and the higher high. So you mark it like this. You mark the left shoulder of the QMC. So when you mark the left shoulder, you change back to line chart. When you change back to line chart, you pick your rectangular box, then you mark it like this. So when you mark it, what is the difference between a Quasimodo reversal and a Quasimodo continuation? Remember, Quasimodo continuation has what? A trend line. A trend line. And Quasimodo continuation is a trend continuation setup. Why Quasimodo reversal? Okay. Why Quasimodo reversal is a trend continuation? Why Quasimodo reversal is a trend reversal setup? Quasimodo continuation is what? Is a trend continuation setup. So I'm saying this repeatedly so that you guys will understand the concept. So now, this is where the trend line started. You have to connect your trend line. This is what? Now let's connect the trend line. This is the trend line here. So, and we don't have any standard or any procedures of connecting our trend line. We use T-bar style. T-bar style means connect it as you want, right? So if you look at this one is what? Let me zoom it. This is the low, the high, the lower low, the higher high, right? We expect price to come and react from the left shoulder of this QMC. So this QMC happened where? Happened when the trend has already established an uptrend. That is when we spot this QMC. So it support a trend continuation. It was after this QMC that the market started shooting up. So that is why we say QMC is a trend reversal setup, and it is one of the favorite setup among the Fantastic Five. So here is, when you look at the bottom of this QMC, where is the bottom? This is the first touch of the trend line. This is the second touch of the trend line. And this is the third touch. This third touch of the trend line is also aligned with what? Aligned with the left shoulder of this QM. That is why we call it Quasimodo continuation. It comes with the trend line as a confluence. So the bottom of this QM is what? The second drive of the trend line. Guys, so as usual, we can go to the higher time frame. I don't want this video to be too long. You know how to look for confirmation, right? Because I've taught you how to look for confirmation on other setup. So in this case, before I'm going to take this Quasimodo continuation, I will go to the higher time frame to look for confirmation, either a bearish engulfing candle. This is a bullish engulfing candle or a full body momentum candle as confirmation for me to take my buy setup. So guys, this is how to spot Quasimodo. And in this, I even show you how to spot a Quasimodo reversal before spotting a Quasimodo continuation, just for you to understand the concepts. All right. This is, let's look at for another example. Let's remove this one, guys. So this thing happened on the chart. You don't have the eyes to see them. You don't have the eyes to recognize them. That is why you have to stay close to my channel. You have to hit the subscribe button. Even share this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and even share this video, guys, because this channel is going to teach you educational purposes. It's going to teach you ways to get trading opportunities week in, week out for you to, make money. So if I come on this particular chart again, let me reduce it. I'm going to show you so that we'll go to another pair. I will still show you again. So if I look at this particular chart, I can spot a Quasimodo reversal. Also, I can spot a Quasimodo continuation, guys. So let's look at it together. This is, let me pick my line. if you look at this particular chart here, let me pick my toe. You see that the market was actually giving us characteristics of a downtrend, right? Higher high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, like that, until the preceding structure breaks, right? The market break a structure here. This structure was breakout, right? Guys, this structure was break. When this structure breach, because this market, as long as the market continue to respect the lower high, you guys know characteristics of a downtrend, an uptrend, and a consolidation market, right? So when this previous lower high is taken out, this is when we are expecting a Quasimodo to happen, right? This is where we can spot a Quasimodo. It signifies that we say Quasimodo is a trend reversal. It signifies a trend reversal setup. Even after this market has reversed from a downtrend to an uptrend, that is where a Quasimodo continuation QMC can likely happen. That is why we say a QMC happen after a QM arrow has occurred or after a trend reversal has occurred, right? So let me clear this thing on the chart. So here is where the market breach. When you look at this chart here, this is where the market breach. Let me show you. The market breached this previous lower high. So you go to the line chart as well. Change to the line chart, mark it like this. This video is just like a bonus. I'm teaching you two setups at the same time. But I'm taking my time so that you understand how to spot a Quasimodo continuation, because I've already done a video on Quasimodo reversal. So here is where this is what? This is the low, this is the high, the lower low, and the higher high. So we expect price to come back to the line, to the candlestick chart. Come back to the candlestick chart, pick your rectangular box, then mark it. So we expect price to come and react from the what? The left shoulder of this QM arrow, right? So now, if you look at the chart very well, you know how to spot this market. I can also spot another bigger Quasimodo reversal, the bigger one here. So if I like, let me show you. This is if you change, this is the low, this is the high. Price breach this particular low here. So let me change to line chart. Price break this. This is a high, low. Then price breach this previous lower high here. So let me mark it. This is where price breach. Price breach this one. Okay. Let's change to candlestick. You know, price breach this guy here. So a QM can easily spot it here, guys. So let me spot that QM for you. Quasimodo reversal. So this becomes the low, the high. No, guys. Yeah, this becomes, let's go back to chart. This becomes the low, the high. I mean, the high, the low, the lower low, and the higher high. So I'm going to change to candlestick chart and mark my rectangular box. So I'm going to mark my rectangular box like this. So you see, in this particular concept, this particular market, I have, you know, some of the trend line traders, you know, somebody will connect a line like this. Maybe they wait for market to break the trend line and they wait for retest, right? But me, I know Quasimodo reversal. I know the criteria of a Quasimodo reversal. When I spot a Quasimodo reversal, I look for my confirmation. I can catch a trend from the beginning of from the inception of that trend, even to completion, right? So that is why when you understand the concept, all this setup I've been teaching on my channel, you will thank me later, guys. You will thank me later. So this is a Quasimodo reversal. We spot a Quasimodo reversal, right? The market started moving. But there is also a QMC here. This is where a QMC occurs. We say QMC happened after the occurrence of what? QM arrow, or after an occurrence of a trend reversal. I'm taking my time, guys, to explain this thing because I want you to understand how the Forex move. There are a lot of concepts out there. I want you to understand my concept. You know, most of these concepts I'm calling different names. Another instructor, another trader, they are looking at it, calling different names, just different kinds of analogies people have derived in the Forex market, right? So in my own concept, I'm teaching you how to understand and spot all this setup I have been teaching on my channel. Guys, if you are getting value on this video, please subscribe and hit the like button and even share the video, right? Because this is the only way you can show an appreciation, right? Support me. So let's continue. If I change to line chart, I can see a QMC here. And we said the QMC happened after the occurrence of what? Occurrence of the reversal, after the occurrence of a QM arrow, or after the occurrence of a trend reversal, right? So let me change to candlestick chart. I can see here, this is what, this is a low, this is a high, this is a lower low, and this is a higher high. So let's mark this thing. We can mark here, when we mark here, this one is the bottom of the QMC, right? So let's change to candlestick chart. We mark there, then we pick we mark our rectangular box. So we wait for price to come and react from the left shoulder, of the QM. So now let's remove this previous one, this QM arrow. So we expect price to come and react from the left shoulder of this QMC. So guys, so now you have to connect our trend line. QMC come with a trend line. You see? And now let's look at this trend line. This is the first touch, the second touch, and the third touch. Where is the third touch happening? The third touch happening at where? In line with the left shoulder of this QMC, where we expect market to come back, react, and started shooting up. So a QMC tell us that after the reversal has occurred, we find a Quasimodo continuation setup. This tells us that this trend is likely to continue going up. That is why we started pumping buying order, guys. So now remember the criteria of a Quasimodo continuation. We said the bottom of the Quasimodo has to be the second drive of the trend line. So this is the first touch of the trend line, the second touch of the trend line, which is the bottom of our QMC, guys. And here is the third touch of the trend line, which is the price at the right shoulder of the QMC. One name, if you are getting value on this video, guys, hit the subscribe button and make sure you comment. Guys, leave a comment in the comment section for me so that I will know you enjoyed this video. So let me go to another pair and show you again before we can end this video. Let me show you how this thing works. For your information, I trade GPB USD. I trade gold USD, I trade AUD USD. This is the market I look at, and I look at for this fantastic 5 setup. This setup happened on the chart. I was on this trade. I don't want this video to be too long. I would have shown you how I capitalized on this QMC. I was on this particular trade, guys. I enter, I buy the QM arrow. I also buy the QMC. This is how I trade. Very simple. All right. So you have to learn how to identify. I know it's not going to be easy for you guys. It's not going to be easy for you to spot a QM arrow, to spot QMC, to spot SNRC1, SNRC2, all the setup and the ones I will be teaching you guys. So you have to dedicate your time. You have to dedicate yourself on the chart. You have to dedicate your time watching my videos again and again and again so that you will understand the concept. So now let me show you one more example so that we can end this video. So let's look at Euro AUD. Yeah, let's look at Euro AUD. So if you look at Euro AUD, AUD, what do we have? Euro AUD, what do we have here on the chart? I can see a QM arrow, and also I can see a QMC. Guys, we say a QMC is a trend continuation setup. Why a QM arrow is a trend reversal setup? QM arrow shows the point at which the market is changing from a downtrend to an uptrend, or from an uptrend to a downtrend, as the case may be. So right now, this was my markup before. So right now, where can we find a QMC here, guys? Let me give you time. Where can we find a QMC? Make a comment in the comment section if you can find a QMC here. So this is a QMC. I'm seeing it very clearly. So let's go to the line chart. Or let me pick my toe first. This is what? This is the high here. This is the low here. This is the lower low here. And what? This is the higher high. This is a QMC, right? So let me clear this. So now let's change to line chart. Change to line chart, you pick your toe, you mark at the left, you mark at the left shoulder of the QM. Okay. Here, this is the left shoulder, we mark it here. So this is the low, this is the high, this is the lower low, and what, the higher high. We expect price to come and form the left shoulder, right? Let's go back to candlestick. So you mark our rectangular box. So when you mark your rectangular box, this is what we call, we expect price to come here to form the left shoulder, align with to form the right shoulder, align with the left shoulder of the QMC. So why is it a QMC? Because it happened when the trend has already started. It has shown us that this market is already in an uptrend, right? That is why we call it Quasimodo continuation. So now we have our trend line. We connect our trend line here to this point. Like I said, we don't have a particular rule. We use Tiba style. Tiba style means you just draw your trend line as it can touch the confluence, right? As you can connect it. So if you look at this Quasimodo continuation, this is the first touch of the trend line. This is the second touch, right, of the trend line. And the rule is that the second touch, the bottom of the trend of the QMC, or the head of the QMC, has to be at the second drive of the trend line. And now this third touch of the trend line also align with the left shoulder of this QM. And that is where the right shoulder is coming to form. At the third touch of the trend line also align with the left shoulder. So that is where we expect to buy. Guys, if you know this setup, you would have been making profit, because this happened yesterday. Today is what, like this? Today is just 10th of is it 20th of October. Today is Friday, 20th of October. This thing happened was it yesterday? This setup happened yesterday in London, New York session, and yesterday being 19th of October 2023. It happens yesterday, and the price is still going bullish. You have been making massive profit. Right? Because you understand the concept of a Quasimodo continuation, guys. And if you find it difficult to understand all this concept, guys, you have to DM me. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to dedicate my time. You have to join my mentorship, right? Join my mentorship so that I will walk you through the chart. Because sometimes it could be difficult for you to figure out this thing by yourself, right? So now let me show you how to look for, where is the chart? Where is the chart? So let me show you how to look for confirmation. So we go to this Quasimodo continuation happens in H4 time frame. Like this setup happened in all time frame, guys. I'm also going to be showing you how I look at the market as a day trader. I do that to my student in the mentorship. I don't look at this setup mostly in higher time frame, because I'm not a swing trader. I'm a day trader. So I look at for this setup in a lower time frame, right? So because this setup happened in all time frame. Let me show you how to look for confirmation. After spotting a Quasimodo continuation QMC on the chart, for us to be confident that we are going to take this trade, we go to the higher time frame, which is the daily, and look for confirmation. What is going to be our confirmation? Our confirmation is going to be either a bullish engulfing candle or a full body momentum candle. So guys, this is what we call full body momentum candle here. This one here. This is a full body momentum candle. Guys, this one is a confirmation that, wow, the market is actually going bullish, right? The market is going bullish. We have confidence. Once we check our confirmation, we go back to our setup and we enter our trade. So in my mentorship, I also teach you how to, how to get a good entry, right? How to get a good entry to maximize to maximize a good risk to reward ratio. So guys, I believe you get value in this video. I don't want this video to be too long. The same way, most of the example I've given here is just buy example, right? So the same thing, you can spot a QMC. Even I view different chart to show you the sell example. It's still the same criteria, right? So this is how to spot quasi-modal continuation, guys. So if you get value in this video, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button and leave a comment in the comment section, guys. So like I said, before you understand my concept, before you understand all this concept I've been teaching, it's not easy, guys. It's not easy. You need to stay devoted on the chart. You need to watch my video again and again and again. Then you devote yourself to look out for this setup, to familiarize yourself. Because like I always say, that without devotion, guys, I repeat, without devotion, there is no transformation. Without devotion, there is no transformation. No matter what you are devoted to, it is the quality of your devotion which will transform you. Most of you will just think Forex is easy. It is not easy. It will require you to be devoted on the chart. It requires you to be devoted to understand a particular concept. Most of you want to come to the industry and just understand a concept in 1 week, and the other week you should be making money. No, you cannot just come to my YouTube channel and just watch a particular video and start putting like your life money. You need to watch, you need to understand how to market, you need to understand the standard operating procedures of that particular setup. You need to use your demo to test the setup, whether they work or not. All right. Once you test the setup, they're going to give you confidence to start putting your real life money. This is how Forex works. That is why we have fake. There is a reason for demo. Demo is for you to perfect your strategy. It's for you to perfect if you are getting your strategy right or not before using your live account. Guys, we have come to the end of this video. I believe this video is going to benefit you. I pray this video benefit you. I remain PureHEART, Main Gate. Catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.